This is an open message to Kash Patel and the entire Federal Bureau of Investigation. And my question is, do you protect the American people from abuses of power and corruption within our government? Or are you guys just adding to it? And is the Bureau more concerned with protecting corrupt politicians, judges, and law enforcement officers instead of doing its duty to protect the American people? Because from where I'm sitting, it certainly looks like you guys are protecting your own and not really too concerned with protecting the interest of the American people. As a father, a disabled veteran, and whistleblower about this corruption, the silence has been deafening from the federal entities that are supposed to be protecting us. My daughter and I have been living inside of an actual nightmare for the last 3 to 4 months, and it is solely due to lies cooked up by my ex-wife and then fraudulent action after action committed by the police in order to act upon her lies in some type of pre-crime type of way without any actual evidence. And then everything after that has been this massive conspiracy to cover up the initial misconduct, which was extreme. You'd think that if a veteran was assaulted on VA property and a child was affected by this, it would immediately spark an investigation. But I've been met with nothing but stonewalling and silence from every entity in government. This corruption is also super easy to prove. My ex-wife's initial affidavit is filled with lies that are easily proven to be lies. Then the police committed their own misconduct that is wild when you look at it on its face. Fraudulent affidavits, completely contradictory things happening within the court and within the medical records showing that they both had different authorizations, which is literally impossible if it was done legally. There's timeline errors within police reports indicating that they're lying within the police reports. They're also admitting to interagency efforts before I had ever been Baker acted. So there was some type of interagency collusion to Baker Act me because they had no legal authority to do anything. There was no crime ever committed. There was just lies being spouted off by my ex-wife, and the cops decided they wanted to act on them. There's literally nothing. And now that I am bringing this information to light, every one of the bad actors involved is just hiding. I'm getting stonewalling from the courts, stonewalling from the cops. My own family won't interact with me because they have committed to the lies. They were gaslit by the police and my ex-wife into doing some very stupid stuff that got them potentially in trouble as well. Just expanding the liability. The cops were trying to cover their ass, and Jackie was trying to cover their ass. But why isn't the FBI getting involved? At least not that I can see. Why is nobody protecting my daughter from what is, at the minimum, a neglectful situation and has already been proven to be abusive? There's video evidence of deputies shoving a gun directly into her face. If you think that that is not traumatizing and abusive, you are part of the problem. Now that I'm attempting to get some redress through the courts, it's being shown to me that there is no due process for Keith Rackett or Lorelai Rackett. I'm not allowed to set hearings the way you normally would be able to. Even emergency ones about child welfare are just being denied on its face, but they're magically never appearing onto the court docket. That's illegal and a sign of obstruction of justice by itself. There's so much evidence of wrongdoing being committed by the courts, the cops, my family, my ex-wife specifically, and nobody will do anything to protect Lorelai. So Kash Patel, Federal Bureau of Investigation, I've already talked to you guys multiple times, so what is it gonna take for you guys to get moving on protecting a child and a disabled veteran? Because you're showing the American people right now that if this can happen to me, it can certainly happen to any of them once somebody decides that they don't want them to have rights either. So what will it be? Are you going to show the American people that you still have their interest in mind and you're going to protect the child and a man who served this country honorably? Or are you going to let yourselves decay the same way as every other agency has and just go along with the corruption to protect yourselves and your spot? Doesn't make much sense from a rational point of view, but none of this has seemed all that rational. So what'll it be, Kash? I'm not asking you to do anything that is out of the realm of possibility. It's actually strictly in line with upholding your oath. So all I'm asking you to do is uphold your oath, do your job, which is to protect the American people and maintain order, and then protect my daughter and myself from this egregious abuse of power, which is ongoing.